Can everyone be defended? Well, yes, everyone can be defended, but can every bad decision be justified? I personally don't think so, but at the same time, I took it as a challenge and I wanted to see if I could defend some of the worst people on the internet. The inspiration for this video was from a tweet that I saw on Twitter that went viral from Reddit's Am I the Asshole subreddit. This was the post that went viral. AITA for inviting my girlfriend on an expensive vacation and expecting her to pay all of her share. I make a lot more than her. In the post, he goes on to explain that he and his brother were planning a family vacation that was way more expensive than what his girlfriend could afford. He makes $150,000 as an IT consultant and she's a teacher making $45,000. The rest of his family is rich according to him. He goes on to explain that he and his girl always split things down the middle for the time they've been together. She worked 2 jobs just to afford this trip. When they go on the trip with his family, the girlfriend couldn't afford 3 meals a day and didn't go on every outing with them while on the trip. When they go on this trip with his family, the girlfriend couldn't afford 3 meals a day and didn't go on every outing with them while on the trip. He confronts his girlfriend after the trip, asking why she didn't do as much, and she told him that she couldn't afford it and didn't think the relationship would work long term because of it. Now, I know any reasonable person with a heart would never let this happen to their significant other. But before we look at the comments roasting him, let me be the asshole advocate for 1 second.
The American people are tired of women.
His only defense is that he did tell her how expensive the trip was and was used to splitting everything evenly. So, from his perspective, he didn't see why he would have to help his girlfriend when everything has been going smoothly up until this point. If she couldn't afford to go on the trip, why did she want to go? Okay, now the comments under this post, and wow, there is no love for the boyfriend, and for good reason. No surprise everyone thinks the boyfriend is the asshole, but his response to some of these comments make me question how someone like him was able to land a girlfriend in the first place. I'll show some of the comments, but won't go through all of them. At first, he was trying to defend himself and putting the blame on his girlfriend for not suggesting to eat somewhere else and saying that she's an adult who can make her own decisions and that he didn't force her to do anything she didn't want to. The boyfriend comes off as a whiny little bitch who sees nothing wrong with him leaving his girlfriend to starve while he chills with his family. And because of all of this, he has a coming to God moment and realizes his mistake.
Gotcha, bitch!
Just kidding. He thinks she's not good enough for him and they will be breaking up. That story was rough. So for the next AITA, I went to the subreddit and I sorted by controversial, and I found this at the top. So the too long didn't read version is, this dad wanted to drop his daughter from his medical insurance because she got HPV from her boyfriend, who the dad does not approve of. She also lost her job and is still with her boyfriend, and the dad is now worried about his reputation. Now, before I attempt to defend the dad, this is giving me heavy boomer energy. Conservative dad doesn't want his daughter being a whore by having consensual sex with her boyfriend. He makes it about himself, which is the most old person thing to do. This is big dom energy from the daughter for continuing to have sex with her boyfriend and making her dad be a cuck and pay for the STD treatments. Truly a bad bitch that needs to be stopped.
Oh, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
The only way I could possibly side with the dad is if he had a prior agreement with his daughter about how she should use her medical insurance and that she would let him know of anything since the parents are paying for it. But at the same time, that's your daughter and you should care about her health, and most of the comments below agree. And the most hilarious thing about this whole post is that the good people of Reddit peeped this profile, and it turns out he and his wife are looking for a sugar baby, but wants to cut his daughter from his insurance. He wants to cut his daughter off from getting dick while he and his wife pay for pussy. Well, maybe calling him a cuck wasn't that far off. The last one I will look at is about a mom who wants her neighbor to stop spending so much money on her kids. AITA for telling my neighbor she needs to stop with flaunting her money and spoiling her kids. This should be good. So the too long didn't read version of this is the mom who is complaining about her neighbor has 4 kids and is a single mother who doesn't have that much money. The neighbor has 2 kids and her husband is a lawyer, with the neighbor being a nurse. The single mom asked her neighbor for a ride to Walmart so she could do some school shopping for her kids. The neighbor agreed and dropped them off. When the neighbor came back to pick them up, she had a bunch of items from a different store for her two kids. The kids started talking about what they got, and the single mom was feeling bad because she could not afford as much as her neighbor. On the way back, the kids were begging for McDonald's and they stopped off to get some food. The single mom thought that the rich neighbor would be paying for everything and was surprised when she had to pay for her own children's food. She had used the money she saved up for her hair to pay for the food for her kids. When they got home, she thought she was confronting her rich neighbor because why not? And told her that she didn't appreciate her rubbing her money in my kids' faces.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
The neighbor didn't appreciate that and stopped communicating with the mom of four. Now, I know I'm supposed to be defending the asshole in this video, but I just can't. How are you going to have the audacity to beg for a ride to Walmart and then try to get her to pay for food for your kids? This sounds like broke bitch behavior. If you know you can't afford shit, why are you going to be around someone wealthier than you and then get mad when you realize you're broke for the millionth time and your kids are wondering why their friends have nicer shit than them? A poet once said,
"Get your money up, not your funny up." Big fucking move.
Fuck out of here.
and this woman did not get her money up. Every comment is calling her the asshole and defending the rich mom, basically saying that she had no right to call her out after taking your kids to Walmart and driving them around. This is the peak of broke bitch. And you have 4 kids while only making $239 in child support? What she needs to do is get her tubes tied, go find a man, and stop being so broke and embarrassing.